PIL was filed in the Supreme Court by an advocate asking Hindus to be recognized as minorities in the states where they are less in population. Today in this video, we will understand who are minorities. The National Commission for Minorities Act 1992, Section 2C notifies Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Buddhists, Jain, Zoroastrians, Parsis as minority communities. According to the census of 2011, the population of Muslims is 14.2%, Christians are 2.3%, Sikh 1.7%, Buddhist 0.7%, Jain 0.4%, Parsis 0.006%. In the Constitution, there is no definition of minority. However, the Constitution recognizes two types of minority: linguistic minority and religious minority. Under Article 29, the fundamental right which gives protection of interest of minorities, where the minorities have the right to protect their culture, language, script, etc. Under this, linguistic minorities are recognized. Second type of minorities recognized in the Constitution are the religious minorities. Under Article 30 of the Constitution, which states the right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions. Under this, religious minorities have the right to establish educational institutions, and in this way, the Constitution recognizes religious minorities also. Currently, the linguistic minorities in India are identified on a state-wise basis and thus determined by the state government, whereas religious minorities in India are determined by the central government. The parliament has the legislative power, means it can make laws on minorities, whereas the centre has the executive competence to notify a community as a minority under Section 2C of the National Commission of Minorities Act 1992. There is another article, Article 350B. It provides for a special officer for linguistic minorities appointed by the President of India. Originally, the Constitution of India did not make any provision with respect to the special officer for linguistic minorities in India. After the 7th Constitutional Amendment Act 1956, this Article 350B was inserted in the Constitution. Under this, it is the duty of the special officer to investigate all matters relating to the safeguards provided for linguistic minorities under the Constitution. The laws which specify minorities are the 1992 National Commission for Minorities Act and 2004 National Commission for Minorities Educational Institution Act. Under the National Commission for Minorities Act, the central government has notified only 6 communities, namely Christians, Sikhs, Muslims, Buddhists, Parsis, Jains. The NCMEI Act, the National Commission for Minorities Educational Institution Act, it entitles the 6 communities notified under the NCM Act to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice. Hindus are a minority community in 10 union territories, states: Ladakh, Lakshadweep, Mizoram, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Jammu and Kashmir, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur and Punjab. Earlier, the union government had given an affidavit to the Supreme Court in which it said that states had the ability to take a call on conferring minority status to any religious or linguistic community, including Hindus. For example, the Maharashtra government has notified Jews as a minority community within the state. The Karnataka government has notified Urdu, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Marathi, Tulu, Lamani, Hindi, Konkani and Gujarati languages as minority languages within the state of Karnataka. But in the new affidavit, the union government has said that it undertook a detailed intra-ministerial discussion which prompted it to supersede its earlier affidavit. According to Supreme Court, this seems to a back out by the central government as what was stated in the earlier affidavit. What has the court said on the issue of minority? There are 2 cases. First, TMA Pai case. In this case, the Supreme Court dealt with the question of the scope of rights of minorities to establish and administer educational institution of their choice under the Constitution. While delivering the judgment, the court rejected the contention that since Hindus were a majority in India, they could not be a religious minority in the state of Punjab, as it took the state as the unit to determine whether the Hindus were a minority community. Therefore, this judgment held that the unit to determine a religious or linguistic minority can only be the state. The second case was Bal Patil case. In 2005, Supreme Court again referred to its judgment that it has given on TMA Pai case and clarified that the unit for determining the status of both linguistic and religious minorities would be state. The centre has demanded more time for discussion with states. The bench has allowed the centre's request for time to carry out the discussions and fixed the matter for hearing on August 30. So this was all on the topic minorities. I hope you like this video. Give a thumbs up. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.